Hi, I'm Natasha Lockhart. Tonight we'll meet the new Miss Spanish Fork. We think you'll like her.
I'm Afro Dames. Need to get your anxieties out? Have you ever tried axe throwing? This is going to be fun.
And I'm Stacey Beck. Our friends from Deseret Book will be here to share what's new at the store.
All this and more coming right up on Studio Chatter. Welcome to Studio Chatter. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Hey, you didn't get the memo. Look at us.
Apparently I didn't.
But yours is the petals. You know, the yellow petals in the flower.
Well,
yeah, daffodils.
The weird thing though, I was deciding between this and just a solid yellow shirt, that exact color.
Exactly.
Really?
Yeah.
Her vibes must have
That's
came to
amazing.
me
I was going to do
stronger.
orange.
So I'm finally ready for like the year to start.
It's snow today.
Right. I think it's so.
It's always snowing.
It is.
That's 6 months.
I saw a sign today. It said, something about springtime. Yep, it happened one Monday last spring. Like you just don't know what's happening ever.
It's very confusing. So it's like springtime in the morning because it's nice and sunny, and then it will be snowing in the afternoon. Or I think there was a picture somebody had out, and they had like their legs, a beach towel with their legs on one half of their lawn, and then like snow still on the other half of the lawn. But literally, there have been years when I know I've had friends that have gone snow skiing part of the day and water skiing in the latter part of the day because there is still because there's still in the spring there is still snow, but it's still warm enough. It's warming up to the point where you can hit the water. So it's that ridiculous.
Have you guys looked at the snowpack for Utah? My husband and I were looking at it the other night, and it's just nice to see that it's like at 130% in this county and 147% in another county.
wow.
So we're all over 100% everywhere throughout the state.
Fantastic.
So that is, that's nice.
It is.
That's nice.
Hey, I was looking at your statistics the other day about how Spanish Fork is growing. You know, in the different businesses that.
Yes.
I thought that was really fascinating.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was a fun luncheon to be at, just to hear that, you know, the sales tax is high and that Costa Vida is the top 10%.
That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me because we all like to eat.
Yes.
So Costa Vida was up, Olive Garden was up.
Oh yeah,
the movies.
TJ Maxx.
Yes, we
movies.
shop, we
Movies.
eat. Yes, I loved all of that. That was super
I talked to the
interesting.
manager at Cinemark. I'm like, hey, when are you going to build on? Because we knew that they had the room to build on when they opened up, and he said he was going to a conference here soon, and he just needs to get it passed. But ideally, he would want 2 more regular theaters and then 1 more XD.
Oh, okay.
So that would be his ideal wish as the GM.
Fork. Isn't that amazing?
So,
How much it's growing? I think it's great.
So what's the deal though with the steakhouse? Like, so we have everything but like the steakhouse.
So they were saying yesterday, he says, I'm confident we'll have one here in 2 to 3 years. And we're like, really? And he said that those people like Texas Roadhouse just really are 100% about the numbers. So if you want a steakhouse in Spanish Fork, go out to more steakhouses in the valley because they'll see those numbers and they'll be like, okay, the numbers are so big, we need to build another one.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
It's about the numbers as a place to
But then also like a place like Olive Garden is always like the first one to come in, and then all these other restaurants watch those numbers. So it's really advantageous that Olive Garden's numbers are so high.
That is interesting.
But it just takes some time.
Yeah, but I think it's really, I think to live close by where something's happening, so much is happening, I think it's great.
Yeah, there's a lot happening. This week was like a little open house for the future fire station up by the new neighborhood Walmart.
Oh, right.
They'll start
Right.
construction on that hopefully this summer, and then they'll have another year to get that done. They want it to coincide with the opening of IHC. So there's
the
more
big one,
ambulances
yes.
and
Saw that.
Yeah, so-
I was like, yay, I work there. Maybe they'll transfer.
oh, that's true.
I know,
I did think about you, and I wondered. I'm
that
like,
would be-
if you got your feet wet, so to speak, in that part, if you would eventually transfer here. So yeah, that's good. That's very cool.
Because you're driving to the Murray one.
No, West Valley. Park, what's it? Park Boulevard.
So what's your travel time?
hour and a half. On the way back, it's about an hour, but going, it's about 50 minutes. Yeah.
So that would be big, even if everything transitioned and you didn't get Spanish Fork and you got somewhere in Utah County.
Yes, that would be.
That's kind of exciting.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I did think about you. So is that kind of the hope?
Huge. Yeah. Well, I don't mind. I really do. Right now, I'm just excited about all the things I'm learning. And you've just started.
Oh my
a new
gosh,
job and
yes.
everything.
Yeah.
It's just
Wow.
exciting.
Goodness. When we picked the words and everything this year, so transition was just big, and there's just so many things going on. But and this time of year anyway, I mean, spring is just busy anyway. For me, it's conference season, and I think just dying to get your feet in the dirt and get spring's just blooming everywhere, and it's just an exciting time of year.
Exciting. Well, good for you both to
step out. Just step out, and you know what?
Learn new
one
things.
thing I have learned though is that when you're stuck in a rut and in something you don't enjoy doing, I think it's really important to just get out of it, because seeing what I may have missed, maybe I could have done years ago and enjoyed it, to spending so many years just in misery and then just turning over that, just like the next day and just being elated and being appreciated and, doing things that...
So how do you tell someone though? Because how do you tell someone just get out of that rut? Like, what would you say? Just the leap of faith, have hope?
It is. It's a leap of faith and believing.
It really is that.
And just knowing that whatever you feel you should do, it's going to be okay.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Buy the Nike T-shirt.
Exactly.
There is a billboard on the freeway right now that says you get one life. Do not waste your life on a job that you hate.
What's that?
Or doing whatever you despise. I mean, you get one chance. It's true.
You take care of yourself. Make yourself happy. Don't try and please everybody else.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that kind of sometimes comes across as being selfish.
Never.
And I think sometimes, though, for women,
yes,
don't you think?
Indeed.
Either mommy guilt or I'm being selfish if I want to do this. I'm being selfish if I'm a woman and I want to work outside the home instead of be a stay-at-home mom. Don't you think there's a lot of women that feel that way?
Absolutely, but I think that comes with
I think
culture
that's
and
changing,
tradition.
and I think there's a lot of women that are empowering other women to make that change.
But then respect the ones that want to stay home. I know both my girls want to stay at home with their kids, and I'm like, you go.
Yeah.
That's the hardest,
hardest
thing.
Well, great show ahead. Coming up next on Studio Chatter, we'll meet the new Miss Spanish Fork. Stay with us to get the inside story. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Recently, a royal event took place in town, and because of that, we have a new Miss Spanish Fork. Welcome, Morgan Reed, to the program.
Hello,
Welcome.
Morgan. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats.
It's been a month.
I know.
Has it been a month? Yeah.
Yeah. About a month, yeah.
Can you see it's already going so fast, right?
Oh, it's already going so fast. Like, everything I do, I'm like, oh, like, it's going to start, and it's going to be really exciting and really fast, and then I look back and I'm like, it has been a month. It's already going so fast.
Oh, my gosh.
So you've been in the program, so to speak, for a while because you have been in the Little Miss program, and then you're now in the official Miss program. So as you have been watching through the years, and now it's finally your turn to serve the community, what are you anticipating in your year of service?
I'm just really excited to get to know the community more. I'm so excited to go to all the events and have all the little kids running up to me and just getting down on their level and meeting everyone in our community and just like having a better understanding of like what goes on in Spanish Fork. That's what I'm most excited about.
So what was your dream when you were little? Did you always dream that you're going to be Miss Spanish Fork?
You know, I kind of did. Like, when I was 11,
cool.
That's kind of when I started getting into pageants. And I watched my cousin, she was a former Miss Spanish Fork, go through the entire process, and people who were really close to me go through their year of service, and I always just wanted that. I wanted to be that girl that everyone was looking at, and she got to serve her community and go throughout her year just helping other people, and I like always wanted that growing up.
Did you carry yourself differently because that's what you wanted to be, do you think?
Oh, for sure.
Growing up? Yeah.
For sure. My dad always reminds me that you always wear your invisible crown. Especially this year. Everyone knows you're Miss Spanish Fork, whether you have that crown on your head or not. And so it's important to be aware of that and be aware that people are looking at you. and carry yourself and present yourself in a way that no matter who sees you, you're going to be okay with that. You're going to be proud of what you said and what you did.
Love that.
You articulated that really well. Like that was really good.
It's true.
What are you most looking forward to? Like, is there a certain event or activity or a person that you're just excited to meet or serve or...
I'm excited for Miss Utah Week. I'm excited to watch Morgan.
Oh, so you're not even when you go in a year.
Oh, I can't even get excited about that yet. Like, it's so far away. I'm just excited to watch Morgan go through Miss Utah Week and be there and supporting her and just kind of like getting excited for my year and being able to compete next year at Miss Utah.
So when you were getting ready to compete this year, I know that you conducted some workshops for young girls. Why did you choose to do that? And talk a little bit about your social impact initiative.
So why I chose to do that was because in junior high, when I first started getting into pageants, Katina Burt actually reached out to me, and she was super impactful in my life, and she was a former Miss Spanish Fork as well, and she kind of helped me see the confidence, and like I just wanted to be her so bad when I grew up. And she kind of helped me realize that I didn't want to become her. I wanted to become the best version of myself, and she helped instill those qualities like serving others and being confident in yourself into me, so that when I grew up I could do those things that she did and achieve the things that she did. And I just wanted to help other little girls be able to do that as well.
So how are you going about doing that now?
I'm actually planning another workshop, and I'm volunteering at schools right now, reading books that have to do with empowering confidence. And I actually work at a Airtime training center, and so I get to work with little girls every single day, and just making that a part of my habit to just talk to them and always build them up and always say positive things and let them know that they are important and they can achieve anything that they want to.
So are you going into individual groups at all, or just more schools at this point? Or are you hoping to get into like certain groups?
Yeah. So my workshops are smaller. They're like a more targeted demographic. Okay. And then I also go into schools to reach a wider audience.
Okay. That's fun. Wow, and all ages, or more just elementary?
I'm actually targeting more like junior high age girls. Okay. Because that's when I feel like it hits them the hardest, that they're looking around and they're like, oh, I don't look like her, and I don't really look like her, and I don't really know where I fit in, or the changes that are happening, or what's really going on. And so I think that it's really important to reach out to those girls, because when you aren't confident, you start letting other people make decisions for you. And so I want to instill in them that at a young age, before it is too late, and they do let other people impose those things upon them, that they can make their own decisions.
I love that.
What do you think it is about this I guess this social group that body image has such an impact on what girls think about themselves?
I think just looking around and looking at other girls and not really understanding what's happening and the changes that are happening in your body. And everyone goes through those changes at different times. And so you're looking around, not really understanding what's happening to you, not really understanding what's happening to the girl next to you, but you know you don't look like her. And that comparison, and especially with social media, it just makes it 10 times harder, and you're comparing yourself 10 times more. And I think that it just makes a huge impact on them, a negative impact.
So I don't know if you've already talked about it. I don't know if you did. Did you tell us about your platform? What is it? Do you call it platform?
It's changed.
Yeah, it's changed this year.
Oh, okay.
It's hard to get used to.
We don't say platform. What do we use?
So it's the
initiative,
the social
impact initiative.
Oh, okay. Impact initiative, or SIA.
Correct.
That is a big.
Yeah, it really is.
I know, I catch myself all the time.
So that is your SII, is going around and helping build confidence in and other young girls.
Okay.
Well, we are so looking forward to seeing you around the community in the coming year, and of course, I'm looking forward to working with you one-on-one and in our group. And thank you so much for coming by and sharing
and good luck.
Yeah,
enjoy.
Thank you.
Have so
Thank
much
you guys
fun
for having me.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It's fun to, as a city council member, to be able to work with Miss Spanish Fork and see the different strengths. Every single one brings in. You're also unique and individual, like you said from Katina. She brought her certain individual strengths to the table, but then you're going to bring totally different things. One's not better; they're just different.
I know, that's really fun.
Yeah,
it's really been fun to see growing up and watching the Miss Spanish Forks, see what they do with their year and see how they handle different situations. And I'm really excited to be able to do that in my own way.
Good luck,
Yes,
Morgan.
and even that far into the future to see what they even do now. Katina, her brand of makeup and expanding that and expecting her first baby. So a shout out to her as well.
Yeah,
and
awesome.
congratulations to you again. Coming up next, here's a new one. Have you ever heard of axe throwing? You better stay with us. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. There's a new business in town that will bring out the Paul Bunyan in you.
It's called Kiss My Axe, and we decided that just talking wouldn't make a believer out of you.
So we're packing up and going on location.
Let's
go.
Welcome to Studio Chatter. We are live and on site tonight, and Autumn joining us to tell us a little bit about all of the exciting things going on at Kiss My Axe. How did the name come to be?
To be honest, we actually purchased Kiss My Axe, so it was already a name, and that was why I wanted it so bad, because of the name. I didn't care what they were doing, I just liked the name, honestly.
Was it this same type of business?
So we purchased Kiss My Axe in American Fork, and it was an axe throwing business, yes. And they had been open just for a couple months and when we purchased.
Okay, so you're saying you own the Spanish Fork and American Fork location.
That's correct, yes.
Okay, and how long have you been open now in Spanish Fork?
We opened in Spanish Fork at the end of January, so just...
Couple months?
Yeah, I'm like, it's the middle of April already. So yeah, just a couple months. We're pretty new here, and we're loving it. Spanish Fork has been amazing. South Utah County has been amazing to us. So
was it something that you had always loved to do, or something that maybe your husband loved to do, or like it's not super traditional? Like, how does it come to be?
it's kind of a funny story. So, all right. So we have 5 children, and we were sitting in church one day, and one of my friends sent me the listing to Kiss My Axe Utah. And I was like, what is this? And I started looking more, and 3 of my kids are teenagers, older teenagers, and then I have 2 little kids. So we left church, and we went and took a look at it and called the people, and they had us come and throw. And that day was the first day I've ever picked up an axe.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. And so I told myself, or as we were driving down there, I told all of my family, like, if I can't get this to stick, we're not buying it. And we were there for an hour. My 2-year-old had a Ninja Star, and he threw it, and it stuck. My 5-year-old daughter stuck something. My teenagers all stuck, my husband, and I didn't get anything. And so I was like, okay, it's time to go. I'm done. And I threw my last one and it stuck. And so I said, okay, we'll buy it. And then I just kind of decided I wanted something that was fun for our family, to teach my kids, you know, entrepreneurship, to teach them responsibility. And it has just blossomed from there. So, yeah.
How have the people in American Fork like to have
American Fork loves us. We are kept extremely busy in American Fork. We've had a great welcome. We've prided ourselves on being the least expensive axe throwing place in all of Utah, and we plan on staying that way. So we want to make sure it's family friendly, that it's affordable for everybody. We have, you know, great weekday specials, and yeah, so it's been great.
Wow.
I mean, there's a bit of an eek factor because it's a little bit scary. So, you know, initially you're like throwing axes. Like, how do you overcome somebody saying, like, really, axe throwing? Are you nervous to have people come into a business and, like, start throwing axes?
Yes. Simply yes. It is scary. And in fact, when I first picked up the axe, I was like, what do I even do? But we really pride ourselves in making sure that we teach safety first, and we take the time to teach proper ways of proper techniques. We have a lot of people who are scared, and so we'll start them off easily and just let them be afraid. And that's okay to be afraid, right? But once you start, I'm telling you, ladies, you don't want to stop. It's so fun.
Okay. So I want to ask, when you come, what's the length of time? Do you come for like 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 2 hours?
So we do it in hour increments.
Okay.
Yeah, and most people, that hour is good enough. You're using like different muscles than you usually use, right? I mean, and so we do have some people who will stay for 90 minutes or 2 hours. Usually that's our larger groups who do like competition styles.
Okay.
But yeah, an hour is usually good enough for everybody.
And you recommend making a reservation, correct?
We do recommend making a reservation. You can do that on our website, kissmyaxutah.com, or you can give us a call. And especially on the weekends, we get so busy, we have to turn people away. So it's always important to make sure you have a spot.
That's
Your youngest. I know you said you had a 2-year-old. Okay, so what's generally for a child?
For normal people, we actually do not have an age requirement. However, we do feel like it's easier for kids like 8 and above to throw an axe because they are kind of heavy. But for our littler guys, we have our ninja stars and throwing cards. But yeah, usually 8 and above have the most fun with it.
Okay, Autumn, tell everybody, how do you find this place? It's a little hard.
It is a little difficult. We are behind Walmart and like kitty corner to Coin Crazy.
Okay.
So it's
Just
a little
back
bit,
there.
yeah, just
Okay.
back there. We're tucked in.
Okay. Well, do you guys want to go throw some axes?
Yes,
Okay, let's go.
Let's try it. So the first throw that we do is called an overhand throw. You're gonna hold your axe with your dominant hand and your hand like right there in that curve, okay? You're gonna stick your arm out straight, okay? You're gonna aim. So I'll turn my back to you and show you in a second. You're gonna aim. Your feet are gonna be shoulder width apart. You're gonna bring your arm back, and then as you step forward, you're gonna let go of your axe and throw. So you're gonna step with the opposite foot as you're throwing. Does that make sense? So let's see if I can do this. Okay, so you wanna try it? Almost. You gonna try?
That's really weird sensation because you don't realize. Oh.
Okay, you're a little bit shorter, so I'm gonna have you take a step up. I'm sorry. It's more about distance than throwing hard. You don't need to throw very hard. Dominant hand, feet shoulder width apart, and then aim, arm back,
It is.
and then as you're gonna let go, step forward with your opposite leg.
Right?
Almost. All right, ladies, do you want to throw?
How was that?
It is a weird sensation. Yeah.
When you release,
Yeah, it is.
when you let go.
We also have some extras here. We have a ninja star and a battering, which everybody loves those. So with these, you're gonna just hold them between your fingers and throw. The key with these is you have to find your superhero voice. So you know how your superhero is like, oh, Chuck, you gotta find your voice. Okay, let's try those.
Yeah.
Who's your superhero?
All right, do you wanna try it? Okay. Yeah, you just throw as hard as you can.
So you took a whole hour?
Oh, I
your
took a
first
whole
time?
hour.
Okay,
Yeah.
so ladies, don't
Yeah.
feel so bad.
Do not
She
feel
took an
bad.
hour.
There is always a learning curve, but you know what? Most people get it by the end of their.
Well, this group that's here, they're nailing it. This is fun.
I think it's interesting that you have a bunch of women here. So you must have lady groups that come from maybe Relief Society or something to get out their anger. But what is the rule about going in to retrieve like the axes out of the
what do you call this area?
The arena.
The arena.
Yeah. So the rule is, and we go over safety instruction several times while
I'm
during
sure.
that hour.
My shoes probably aren't great.
Right. We do ask that you wear closed-toed shoes.
Okay.
But the rule is if you wait for everybody in your lane to throw,
Okay.
and then you communicate with each other. Hey, I'm gonna go get my axe.
Okay.
And then you all go and retrieve your axe. And it's even a special way of getting your axes down. You go from top to bottom. So there's a lot of safety that goes into it, and that is our biggest priority is, the safety of our customers.
And do we sign some type of a waiver, an
Yep.
affidavit?
Exactly, there's
and
a waiver.
Do you sign it once? So once you've signed it, then you every time you come back, like when you jump or
Yeah,
the jump,
exactly.
or same type
Same
thing.
type of thing.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Okay.
you sign it once, and then you're good to go. And
Super
yeah,
fun.
So
And try again. Okay.
And I am a firm believer that you have to find your log. Like, not all logs are created equally. Here's more axes, ladies. You know what? Why don't you let me show you another throw that might be a little bit easier. Some people like different throws. So this one is our double-handed. You're gonna have your dominant hand under, non-dominant hand over. You're gonna point straight, aim at your log obviously, and then you're going to go back, but not too far, because you don't want to hit yourself in the head. And then you're just gonna go forward and let go. Okay? See how we do? Yeah. Who wants to try that one?
Coming up next on Studio Chatter, Deseret Book will be here to talk about all that's going on. Don't go anywhere. We love these two. Some of our favorite fans, Mindy and Lane from Deseret Book, are here. Welcome back to Studio Chatter.
Okay.
Yay!
Yes.
The gang's back
feels
together.
like we're back home.
Yes. Oh, so
Thanks
what's
for
been
coming.
going on?
So much is happening in the store right now. This is probably one of our favorite times of year because there's a whole bunch of new products that we get to bring out. The post-conference, pre-Mother's Day. That's like the golden time of Deseret Book.
That and Christmas?
Yeah,
And Christmas.
Okay, those two.
We don't like Christmas because we have to work.
Yeah, that's true.
This is the time of year where we don't mind working.
Okay,
So what does that say about the other times of the year? You just
When
hang
I'm not
out?
here next time, that'll be why.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So, my special request from a throw, we're going to start with this one.
Oh, okay.
So, this one is called Silent Souls Weeping. In the church, there's a big stigma around depression and mental illness. And this book is from Jane Clayton Johnson. You guys know who she is. She was a big time news lady. She has written this and gathered stories about depression specifically to kind of fight down that stigma, because it's hard for people who are going through that, especially those around them who don't really know what to do and how to help them. And this is one step or one way that we can help overcome that stigma.
I saw a friend post about this book specifically in December, and I went and bought it. I hate to say that I haven't, but there was a lot of feedback of people that had read it or had started it and really liked it. So yeah, it sounds like a good one.
Have either of you read it?
Not yet. I have it at home like you. It's on my shelf. But I do know several people that suffer with depression, anxiety, all that stuff. So I don't think you don't have to be suffering from that to get something out of this book. So it's a kind of a way for you to maybe help those that you know, not only those that have depression, but help.
Be empathetic with those that are dealing with it.
Yeah. And she covers lots of topics, like postpartum and, you know, if you're a return missionary and you come home early, sometimes they fall in depression. So she covers quite a few different topics of, why we might fall into depression. So, and she herself went through depression, and I think that was the reason she wanted to write the book.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
So
Good.
this
Very
is
good.
an awesome one.
Okay.
Okay, Mindy, let's talk about these ones.
Yeah.
This has been the hot item in the last 6 months.
Since Christmas, or
since last October.
Yeah. So the first one, the Book of Mormon Journal came out, and there's 10 different styles, but this is the cutest, so we brought this one. So it's this floral. We have a green one that's similar to it, but the pink just came out a couple of weeks ago, a week or so ago. So what we really like about this and what's been so popular about these is that the journaling. And so all the newer ones that have come out have the lines now. Like the first few that came out, they won't have the margin lines on the side. But so yeah, people are loving these because they can do more journaling and more note taking and thoughts, write down their thoughts when they're studying the scriptures. So
it's
it's really fun. Yeah.
This one has your name written
I know.
over it.
Oh my God, I love it. But
Yes, you
what
do.
a beautiful Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Nice and flowery.
What mother wouldn't want that?
Yeah.
Well, that's not your traditional blue Book of Mormon.
No. But I bet that one's not $2.
Not $2, no. And then just recently, since we are studying the New Testament, they have come out with the New Testament ones. So this is the paperback. There's going to be 2 hardbacks that we haven't gotten in stock yet. But
Same design with the
same designs with the large margins. And we have found there's a lady that's been doing a lot of fun journaling, like scripture journaling. And we just had a class with her, and she brought this for the ladies to do, but we had it on Facebook and people signed up and came and learned how to do more journaling in their scriptures. So she kind of just brings the pages to life. She does a lot of watercolors, and she'll paint the watercolor. It'll be Jesus with fish or something. And so it kind of just tells the story great for kids too, that they're like, oh yeah, that's the story of, they'll already know what that.
I like on your page right there, it says the date. So April 10th, April 16th.
Yeah.
Or April 10th,
April
2019.
16th, yeah.
16th, yep.
So that's kind of a cool idea to put down the date that you wrote your thoughts. And if you turn to Isaiah and give me a pen, sorry, been throwing an axe.
Yeah.
I would write, do not understand.
Yeah.
Right? In Isaiah, it's just I've tried.
For sure.
Okay,
so
this
these
is
have
great.
been really fun.
Big print and notes.
Yeah.
For this age group.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this is one that Mindy and I have both read, which we both love.
Oh, it's my new favorite.
It is. It's so good. From Sherry Dew, Insights from a Prophet's Life about President Nelson. Now, this is actually, I think for both of us, the first biography we've read about a prophet. And for me, it made him my friend.
Yeah.
Which I thought sounded kind of weird when people talk about I just love President Monson. He's my friend. I was that's kind of weird. But now that I've read this, I'm I totally get that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that picture, you look at him and he is Just that
Yeah.
friendly.
Well, and you'll
face.
love this. This whole book is just chock full of pictures all over the place. I've chosen all the pages without pictures as we go. But just like things from church, like this is him with President Oaks and President Monson. But going on, like...
And he's done a lot of traveling and just from his journals.
So this is also his family. His family's huge.
It's amazing. 10 kids?
10
12
kids.
10
yeah.
kids.
So, and it's so many fun stories. The chapters are really short, so you can read it, pick it up whenever, read just a short chapter, and you're on your way for the rest of the day.
Is this on CD yet?
It is.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
Is it read by Sherry? I think it was.
Maybe.
So this
Okay.
is an awesome one from someone who knew President Nelson and Sister Nelson very intimately.
Yeah.
This is an awesome one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to hear.
Yeah, you learn lots of fun things about the prophet. So yeah, like Lane, you feel like he's your friend. Like, oh, I just love the prophet now, you know. So I kind of like, oh, I hope they do one for all of them because it was fun. It was fun to see a different aspect that you don't get, you know, just watching conference or you know, you get to see his day to day, you know.
I remember who wrote President Monson's biography. Was it? I don't think it was
It
Sherry
wasn't
Dew. It was
Sherry
someone else.
Dew.
But that was a really good one as well.
Yeah.
I like that.
They're all so great. So it
What are-
definitely made me want to learn more about prophets. and
Besides books, I know you have another book, but what are some other of your bestsellers right now? Is there a big sale coming up like on your artwork? Or has that already happened?
We normally will do that.
Okay.
Yeah, but we do have quite a few on sale already.
Okay, so-
which is nice.
That's the nice thing about Deseret Book is, especially around Mother's Day, you come and look for something. There's always a way for us to get you a good deal, whether it's through coupons or we'll have different promotions going on.
Okay.
Come in, talk to us, find the one that you want. We're going to get you something that you can
Okay.
take home.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. What's this last one though?
Okay, so this last one, with it being Easter week, we have some very cool things coming up, including a signing with Thomas Wayman this Saturday, the 20th, be at 12:30. He wrote this book, the New Testament translation for Latter-day Saint families. What he's done is he's taken the original Bible, like the Greek and Hebrew translations, and translated it into ways that we understand or ways that we would say it today. So if you're like us and you don't really know what the New Testament's saying a lot of the times,
All the time.
Because some of us really would. I mean, come on.
this is a great way to help you really understand what the scriptures are
So
saying.
can you open to a page and like read a verse? And just let's see if it's
Okay, so here we go.
Okay.
So we're going to go into the Gospels because we know
And
the
it still
Gospels
has
better.
footnotes too.
Yeah, so it still has a lot of footnotes. You're still going to learn a lot from your study, in addition to just reading it again in a
Okay.
different way. You're still going to learn from it. So, for example, I'm in Luke 11. So it says, he was in a certain place praying, and when he stopped, one of his disciples said to him, Lord, teach us to pray as John taught his disciples. When have you
my.
ever read the New Testament and it's been that straightforward?
Yeah.
No. That was good. I got it.
So Thomas Wayman, he's a professor at BYU. He studies the New Testament, and so he knows pretty much everything there is to know about the New Testament. So come in on Saturday, meet with him, get this book, find out a lot of
And
cool
he's got
things.
other like books as well.
Okay.
So he does a lot of scripture help. type
So
books.
we need him to do the Old Testament and do
Yes.
Isaiah, and then I'll
Exactly.
then I can go back to that book and write. I finally understand.
We'll come back and let him do a one-on-one interview with
Yes.
you. for
Okay.
Isaiah.
Does he live
I
here?
think he's in Mapleton.
Yeah.
So
Well, there you go.
we live in a very special place where we have lots of cool people and
Yeah.
authors for Deseret Book.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
we're gonna
much.
do signings.
Including when Hillary Weeks comes to our store and everyone thinks you're Hillary Weeks.
That was funny.
We thought about asking you to come and pretend like you were like.
That was so funny. Oh, bless that lady's heart.
Well, as usual, thank you so much for
Thanks for having
gracing
us.
us
Yeah,
with
we
your
love
presence
it.
and sharing. Love it, love it.
Yes. Very
All
pretty.
right. All right, well, there's more studio chatter coming up. Welcome back. We made it. What did we learn?
But I'm not very good at throwing axes.
I think tonight was one of the busiest nights. Like, we've never left the studio, gone on site, got back,
come
did
back.
more
Oh my
interview.
word. Yes. Busy.
It was busy, but super fun.
Yes,
Really fun.
definitely.
Yes.
Kiss my ex. So I'm going to keep on saying, you can kiss my ex. I'm not saying.
Well, I think that we'll probably all go back.
I'll go there, definitely.
And
That
try
was fun.
again.
Yeah, that was fun.
And I got some good ideas for Mother's Day coming up. So
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, Mindy and Layton are always so
Yes.
much fun and always have the best ideas.
Yeah.
So very,
and
very
good luck
good.
to you this year as you are working with Morgan Reed. She is a gem.
She is a
You've had
gem,
some
yes,
really
and building
great-
confidence with young ladies. I
Yeah.
think she's going to be a really great, great young lady in the community. Yeah.
That's right. So there you go. I'm leaving. I have to say. I'm just going to say it.
No, well,
This is my time to say it.
this is your time.
Yes,
this is your
it is.
this was your last show.
Oh, yes, but you know.
This was probably one of the funnest ones to walk away and say
And
goodbye. That it's
right.
this
So
was fun.
all good things must come an end, and it has
Yes.
truly been
Yeah,
a
it's been-
great
yeah.
experience in the last few years to have this journey with you.
Oh, thank you. And with you guys. Oh my gosh! Oh,
Little going away gifties for you.
Thank you. That is gorgeous.
Some more coin crazy gift cards for you and the family
So when
to
you're
go,
away
to go
filming,
play.
your
Oh,
kids
no way.
kinda,
Oh. But
they miss you, so
that
you
would-
get to go spend some time with them
I
now.
do, yeah.
And this
Oh my
it's even
goodness,
even a little
guys.
bit British. It
What
says
does it say?
together is my
favorite place to be.
Oh, it does have the British accent.
It does.
Yeah, there you
Together is my favorite
I
place
don't
to
know if
be.
the cameras.
Oh, that's so nice, guys.
So
Wow.
well, we love you. We love you and wish you the best. All
gonna be a
good
huge
things.
success.
Yes, you
This
are.
new job.
Yes,
Is-
new job, maybe a new place. Who knows? Yeah, all
lots
it
of changes
together.
coming up in your life.
That's
so.
right. So,
And this was your brainchild, Studio Chatter.
it was. It really was.
So, I mean, like, to always just think that you made a difference in
but you guys gotta
Reaching
make
out.
it fabulous. And I'm gonna keep watching. Yes, that's right.
Yes, yeah.
That's right. I'll put
Please stay in
comments. I
touch
get
and
to
put comments.
There
And
you go.
I'll make comments. Yeah.
only nice comments.
Of course.
And you'll come back and be a guest,
Oh
right?
yeah, I could be a guest.
That's awesome. Let's
oh my
do
gosh,
it.
I could be a guest. Yeah.
Be a guest.
And recommend books.
That's right. And get a
All,
tattoo.
all kinds of fun things. Sure. Yes. Would love
That's
it.
good
great.
journey.
Thank you. You guys are awesome. You're amazing and
I know. You could be our first
amazing.
guest. How's that?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's been great.
Thank you
yes.
for all you've given us.
Yeah, it's been great. So,
Good friendships.
to the future. Thank you, cameraman. Thank you, Pete. I get to say it all, and this is my time. And I just want to say that, you know, it's been a really good experience for me, and I feel like I've learned so much from you guys. It wasn't just about doing the show, it was just about how much we've grown together. And I'm not going to cry, I'm going to hold it together. I am. And because that's what you do, fake it until you get off the camera.
There you go.
And it's just been wonderful. So,
Good.
yeah. Thank you, Pete. You know, I know I've been a pill, but thank you for being so amazing to me. And I really appreciate you're the best producer ever. And because I've only been on your show. So. But thank you. And, you know, we'll always be friends.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There you
Best
go.
of luck.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Speech ended. Yes.
All right.
Cut. Can I just say that?
Well, on that note, thanks for being here with us. We hope that you enjoyed the chatter. Tell a friend about us.
Oh, you guys. Oh, let me get out. Oh, gosh. Been attacked by them. It's big. We're still going to meet, okay? So, for sure.